I'm Morgan Hines. I'm in the PhocusWire studio at Phocuswright Europe, and I'm here with Adrian Villabruno of Viderio and Judith Ike of Holiday Pirates Group. Welcome. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
So today we're going to talk a little bit about the travel inspiration and discovery process. So let's dive right in. Obviously, everyone's talking about AI, so I wanted to start by asking what you're seeing in terms of the impact of AI on travel discovery. You want to start?
Go first. Well, I think nobody has figured it out, right? I guess it's very, I'm more representing the social side, so I believe that much from whatever is happening right now on Google and Blue Links is shifting more towards the creator side, having recommendations rather than ads. That's kind of where we are betting on. But yeah, it's a really exciting time. Let's see what shakes out, and I think we are all a bit observing and yeah.
Are you saying kind of like the AI summaries from Google? Is that what you're referring to?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, Blue Links disappear. Nobody has figured it out really how to appear in the AI summaries. Yeah. Brands are looking for other ways to engage with the audience. We might figure out a way how to do that with AI, but another way might be creators, engage more creators and shift more the money from ads towards
to
creators.
Okay.
And yeah, get explored there.
Yeah. And what are you seeing?
Yeah, I see a lot of people or a lot of companies spending time on AI when it's about optimizing processes. So that's quite mature in some companies already. Obviously, companies have been working with machine learning for a long time already. Yeah. So that's been around for a while. But what I think is very interesting is that AI now comes to the inspiration phase, while I still see on this conference even two teams. One team is the creator side and one team is the AI side. And I would like to bring those teams more together. Okay. So I think the future of discovery is actually talking to probably an agent. But right now we are mostly focusing on making the process better, making the friction less, and not about discovery. So what I foresee and what I hope is that my agent will tell me one day, hey, you've been working 60 hours this week. You've been saving a lot of Instagram pictures and reels about mountains. Here are basic, beautiful treks to Albania, for example, for you only. And I think that's a good combination of where it could go with discovery, bringing AI and the creators together. That's something I don't see yet.
Yeah, so it sounds like a lot is theoretical, like you said, and that sounds amazing, but how do you ensure brand visibility right now? What are you doing to do that, and what would you advise a travel brand to do?
For me, as a big travel brand with Holiday Pirates, I think what it comes down to having been there for a while already. Yeah. And social media is for us, and I think for many companies, the way to build a brand right now. We move from search to inspiration to scrolling, and that's where brands should be. And brands should work with creators, with real people building the brand, which is exactly
what you said.
Yeah. But it's really hard today, right? So finding the right creator that can actually engage the audience and not, just have fake following. So it is not a frictionless process right now, and I guess for you it's easier to do performance marketing because you get $1,000. You have
we don't do it really big because we have everything on social. So
okay, yeah, or even better. But on social it's very hard to track right now. So you don't know what you get before you engage with the creator, and
and return on investment is kind of hard to track with creators.
Exactly.
So. I mean,
but this has been a dispute all along. I mean, we've tried marketing attribution for such a long time. I think every marketeer has to accept that you can't track everything and you don't know exactly what your ROI is. And if you're trying to chase that, you will never build a brand, I think. So you have to just accept that you don't know everything and that social is a big
kind of like trust the
important
process
platform to
Yeah.
And when you do that, you will see actually it's not direct, but it will bring you a brand in a few years.
Got it. Okay. And as AI becomes more and more of a go-to for so many consumers, how can industry players continue to add value to the discovery process?
It's a question for me?
Yeah,
Or
if you
even
want.
for both of you, yeah.
I can also.
So this discovery, like a general discovery, or discovery on somebody on a brand's page, for example.
I mean, I guess you could go either direction. Tell me both, maybe.
I mean, general discovery. I guess there's the social channel, right? Somebody goes searches Barcelona, they will find local creators that know about Barcelona. So that's the social way. The other way is obviously ChatGPT, AI in general, where
But
I caught myself as well, right? I type in and I find actually quite good recommendations within AI, and from there, I might go to brands I know, but I use those common AI tools to plan my trip really.
Yeah, and so I guess making sure that your brand has value, is that the best way to make sure that it's still adding value to the discovery process if people are relying on these tools?
I think it's about being human.
Yeah.
So AI is artificial.
Right.
What you see, for example, now on LinkedIn is that when you post an AI-generated image, it's getting a tag. It's clearly saying this is an AI and generated image. So that's coming to social platforms too.
Right.
So we will
Instagram
know.
has that.
I'm expecting that every social platform will tag AI-created content.
Yeah.
So my focus is strongly on not creating full AI, full-blown AI-generated content, because what will tell that to the consumer? Here is a great destination, but we created it, it's fake.
Yeah.
It's artificial.
Yeah.
So we believe working with creators, with user-generated content, is actually the way forward.
Yeah.
But AI will help you make decisions easier.
Right.
And I really want to, like the example I gave in the beginning, I want to bring creation and social media and AI together.
Yeah.
Because it should learn. I want ChatGPT to learn from what I've been saving on my social platforms, so it can give me better recommendations.
Based on human recommendations.
So that is why I would like
exist.
to bring it together. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. So that human touch remains really important in building trust with the consumer. Is that what I'm hearing? Okay.
Yes.
So obviously there's been a lot of change. Can you talk to me a little bit about how the search and discovery process has changed over the last 3 years in particular? What do you see consumers doing now? I mean, we know that they're going to AI, but how different is it?
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, the only thing I have to say is probably and I think it's known that there's more long-term searches. So you put in a whole sentence instead of 2 words, right? I guess optimizing for that, but I guess you can better answer this question.
Well, what we've been seeing already is that people scroll instead of search right now. So instead of typing into Google, all the researchers show that people are now scrolling on social media. So it starts with social media, I think. That's the first step we took.
Yeah.
That's, I think, 2 years ago. Yeah. And now, instead of searching or using Google, we prompt.
So has it become less intentional and more inspired by chance?
Partly, but you can see a lot of beautiful mountains. I like mountains, so I save a lot of mountains. I can see beautiful tracks, but I have a kid. So I need to know, I need to know a few things before my inspiration goes wild.
Yeah.
But what I can actually book and do with a kid on my back, carrying her, is, and I need hotels that fit those requirements.
Inspired plus context.
Yes. Yeah. And the context is what AI brings, and the inspiration is what social brings.
Great. That's really interesting. So I want to talk about video booking too. How's that evolving?
Video booking. I mean, that's I think a good analogy. What you just said.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a creator out there that has a family and that does outdoor. So there will be a video about hotels that are, adventurous, outdoor, kid friendly. So, but I think the way from the video to the booking is still very long, right? There's no native enablement right now from the social platforms. There's probably 100 reasons why. So I think there's still, from the inspiration to booking they're still broken.
So with that in mind, what do you think about, the recent release from Expedia Group, their trip matching feature on Instagram? Do you see something potential with that happening elsewhere in the industry?
Cool feature, but the creators are not being compensated. I think if the creators are being left out, I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah. Even though that content's in public domain?
Yeah, but I think, I mean, it's also the brand image, I guess. If a creator really wants to engage with Expedia, if they are not compensating them for the inspiration that they're doing, I think it's hard.
Yeah. Do you think that that's something that creators would maybe rail against, having their content used to create an itinerary? They are? Yeah. Yeah. What's the response you're seeing already?
Well, they're piggybacking on my content really. So I think it doesn't, and I think that's a big problem from the big OTAs right now that are having their core business and to create us almost as a side hustle.
Yeah.
I think you really need to engage to create a community in order to make them a fan of your brand. I think otherwise it's going to be tough.
And we do a lot. So if you see, sometimes you see actually reels on Holiday Pirates with someone with a dog walking with a kid. That's me, because we are all creators in Holiday Pirates, and we actually get also paid for delivering good content.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of the content what we post is actually created by pirates.
Interesting. Okay.
And we work with a lot of creators. If you look at video and then booking, I fully agree. And I've been working in travel for such a long time now. I kind of understand that it takes a bit from going to inspiration to actually booking.
Right.
There are so many small things, breakfast included, yes or no.
Yeah.
It's all those things that you need to also be able to show in a different way other than a video.
Right.
But what I do believe in is that we should bring, and that's something we should do more actually at Holiday Pirates, bring more social content onto the platform. So we have a lot of beautiful content. We post it everywhere on social media, but we don't bring it well enough to our website and to our app.
Yeah.
So if someone is looking at a deal there, I would like to add the inspiration again with the video that may have triggered the person in the beginning. So I think it's more bringing the video back to like the end of the funnel rather than thinking you bring the end of the funnel to the video.
Got it. So it seems like it's a multi-step process, but it has to be connected.
I think,
And people, they need to see multiple reference points before they're going to go search,
Absolutely.
right?
And you have all these kinds of people. Some people read millions of reviews,
Right.
others book quite fast, others really have to go through all the facilities on the hotel. So it depends on what kind of type of person you are, how fast you book, and what kind of information you need.
So how can destinations make themselves more discoverable using marketing, even beyond creation on social media? If things are changing so quickly, what can you do? Particularly if, search is changing drastically.
With destinations, you mean DMOs?
DMOs, or I guess even brands too.
Well, we've seen good examples in Albania, I think.
Yeah.
Albania has been fully, hyped, I would say, and with good reason. But I think that what happened there was very interesting. It got picked up by social media quite a lot, and it was built. And I was recently also to talk with Trip.com, and he also explained that they are actually working together with smaller city DMOs.
Yeah.
And they can actually move demand into that city that's less of a mass destination and bring more of the touristic and spread it more towards other cities. Because they're so big, they can actually move stuff. And I think it depends. Holiday Pirates is also, if we work with a DMO on a global level, we can also send lots of people to a place.
Right.
So you can create demand in a way.
And I'm sure that
it depends on what kind of company you are.
Yeah.
How the way you do it, I think.
Right. That makes sense. I think that's a really interesting point too, given kind of the idea of mitigating over-tourism as well. That seems important. With that in mind, do you think that the large incumbents, particularly OTAs, have an unfair advantage with the amount of first-party data they have?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also, I think also the industry is split a little bit. They say like, okay, now with AI, we're going to have more direct bookings.
Yeah.
Otherwise say, no, the OTAs are becoming stronger. I believe the second. I think OTA is stronger because they aggregate all the data. They have the supplier relationships, the trusted brands. AI seems to be favoring trusted brands. So I do think OTAs have the advantage. They also have all the traveler data, supplier. So I believe they have an advantage.
So how do smaller brands build authority in that space to become more relevant if that's the way that technology is working right now?
I think to be, being innovative, going different routes than before. Again, like we are betting on social. Maybe that's something that the big OTAs right now are maybe not that strong at. Maybe there's a gap, but to build a new OTA like the way we did it before, I think it's really hard right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to find a niche, or you have to have a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
And I think finding a niche where you can really build value in your own way and in your own ecosystem is the only way to go now. We've all seen it, and there are so many big OTAs around. And they bring a lot of value as well. So it's good like that.
Yeah.
But if you now want to build a brand, you have to find a niche. And there are so many niches right now. I mean, there's so many segments of people looking for different, I mean, I like I like hiking. So I would go, and there could be a beautiful niche around that. And you could build a beautiful brand in that space.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really interesting. So it sounds like there's a lot of room for opportunity and a lot of room for discovery and discovery as things change. So I really appreciate both of you being here today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.